So this is a mutual fund distribution. It's a harder annuity, okay? You invest $20,000 into a diversified mutual fund. At the end of each year, you withdraw $3,000 from the fund. If the fund averages 6.8% annually, how many years will it take before you withdraw all of the money?
So here's the question. Is that 3,000 a negative or a positive?
Make it positive.
It's positive because you're taking it out. Is the 20,000 negative or positive?
Okay.
Negative because it's going out.
You're getting 6% annually, 6.8%, sorry.
So how many years will it take you to?
Okay, and wait.
That 20,000. So figure it. Anytime money goes out of your pocket, it's negative.
One payment
Caleb,
a
and
year.
anytime it comes back in, it's positive. Yeah, all we have to do is figure out how many years.
How many years that money's going to last.
So notice if you take 20,000, you divide it by 3, it's going to last less than 7 years.
Wait, did you already figure out the answer?
No.
Oh.
But someone had the answer of 9+ years. And so why instead of less than 7 years can you take out for 9 years? And that's because you're earning interest on it.
So we want to know how many years it takes to withdraw the money. So what do you have? You know that you have the present value is 20,000 minus 20,000. The payment's 3,000 because you're taking out 3,000 every year. You get 6.8% interest for each year.
Okay.
It's compounded annually.
Yep.
And so we're going to solve for years, which is number. Calculate in.
Yeah, 9.2, exactly.
Nope.
Whoops, go back. Did you guys get that answer? 9.18 or 9.2.
Okay.
Yeah, so on your quiz, I'll probably have either 9.18 or 9.2.
Okay.
I'll take either one of those answers, will be correct.
Okay, someone tell me what an amortized loan is. What's an amortized loan? Raleigh, have you ever heard of an amortized loan before? Right, so it's a loan where you make a payment every month or every period that includes both principal and interest. So paid off in periods. So notice here, what we've got here is the loan, $2,000 loan, 12 payments a year. This is just from this thing here, but notice you've got 2,000, 10% interest. Here is your payment. You notice it automatically calculates your payment that you're using with your financial calculator.
This is a simple interest method calculation.
So if we take $2,000 times 10% divided by 12, your interest is $1,667.
The
Your
first
payment,
month.
Yeah, first month minus 6 means you're paying down $159 in principal.
So the first month you pay the most interest, and notice how in the last month you pay the least amount of interest
So
because
now notice
your
you've got
principal's lower.
1840, you've got less. Notice your interest is less, your principal's more. So notice over the life of the loan, your interest each period decreases, and the amount of the principal each period. So it's amortized, meaning it tells you, it gives you both your principal and interest.
And it also tells you that it tells you the total amount of interest that you paid at the bottom. $1,099.81 is the total amount of interest they paid on $2,000.
Yeah. So
That's a lot.
Your interest you paid, 109. The average amount borrowed was over this period, and so your interest rate is 10. Generally, when we get to housing, we recommend people do the 30-year loan and then pay it off quickly. So you can actually make principal payments, and so by paying a certain amount extra each month, you can take a 30-year loan and make it a 15-year loan, or a 15-year loan.
Because usually you'll get a lower interest rate on the longer.
No, actually lower interest on the shorter.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
So it depends on how big your emergency fund is and how stable your situation. But we'll talk about that when we get to the housing side. Can you put it over to this side? Okay.
Okay, now we're going to talk about
Sorry, this is what we paid for our SUV about 15
a long
years
time ago. Who wants to volunteer to do this one?
Young Fei does.
Okay, come on. Okay, so you're looking to buy a new Suburban SUV costing $46,127. Usually they're like $60,000 now. over 5 years at 9% interest. Your credit's not very good, so they're charging you 9%
Actually,
interest.
9% now, your credit would be good.
Oh, okay.
But a year ago, at 9%, your credit wasn't very good. But what's happened over the last year?
Interest rates
Interest
are going
rates
up.
have risen substantially.
So what are your monthly payments
Now you're
and how
probably
much
paying 11
interest
or
will you have?
12%.
So this is a two-part question too. It's asking what are your monthly payments and how much interest are you going to be paying for the SUV?
So how do you go from your monthly payment to the amount of interest you
So you're
paid?
borrowing $46,127.
Multiply how many months times how much you paid, subtract your initial
minus, right?
Yep.
borrowed, and that gives you your interest.
957. Okay, click
So
over here.
957.
Oh, click over here.
That's a lot. So how much interest did you pay on this loan?
Okay, good. You did it.
So 957, 60 months means that you paid 57.45. 57.45 minus what you paid.
What you
paid
borrowed.
$11,000 in
Do you understand how we got the interest? We took the amount that he borrowed, the
Per month.
amount that he wound up having to pay back, $57,451 minus the amount that he borrowed.
That times the months gives you the amount that he paid. 11,000. So you bought almost a third of another car.
So this is a two-part problem, and you might have this on the quiz or the final. So it's he borrowed this much per month, and this is how much interest he paid. So you guys need to make sure you understand that. Okay,
Now,
you can stay.
now
for
do you
a
get a
minute.
sense
Oh,
those who
I'll have Christine come up.
understand interest earn it, those who don't pay it?
Okay, calculate monthly payments for a $225,000 house.
This person, they've looked in their budget and they can afford $1,750 a month.
Okay, so what do we want here? What are we trying to get? Don't push it yet. We got to wait and see what if they get. Do you guys?
Let's just do it. We don't have much time.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay.
Okay, so we want to
calculate.
So what's their payment?
Their
What are we
payment.
doing, monthly payments?
Payment. Yeah, the payment. Yeah. There it goes. Click over here.
1573. Okay, enter. 1991. Could they make that one?
They can only afford $1,750
No,
a month.
they couldn't do that one. How about a 20-year at 7%?
20
Could they do
years,
that one?
7%.
1744. Could they make the?
That's tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could.
So that's the best one for them is
So-
the 20-year fixed rate at 7%.
So which is?
So when you're buying a house, they will offer you different percents according
So Jamie,
to how
this
many
is kind of
years.
your question here that you were asking there too.
There we go.
621.58. So, but do you get a sense on how this can help you? That understanding, again, it's like a different language, but it allows you to ask questions that we couldn't ask otherwise. And so, how often do we use a financial calculator? Generally, when we're thinking long-term on investing, or when we're looking at, hey, what would your payments be? Or when you're teaching someone else.
The gospel is a gospel of turning from the philosophies of men. Although we will have financial difficulties, we can have faith that Christ is with us and will help
Okay.
us.
Thanks, everyone.